Prince William was the first member of the Privy Council to sign the official document recognizing his father Charles as the new reigning monarch of the UK. Prince William joined the Accession Council to sign into law. King Charles III has officially succeeded the late Queen Elizabeth II. Charles automatically became the new sovereign when Her Majesty died on Thursday, but the ceremony follows in centuries of royal tradition. William, the Prince of Wales, was the first to put his signature down on the official proclamation document, followed seconds later by Camilla, the Queen consort. Penny Mordaunt, the Lord President of the Council, presided over the proceedings by reading out the traditional declaration recognizing Charles as the new sovereign. The new king was missing from the first half of the proceedings and did not witness senior figures from national life including taking part in the ceremony. Broadcast cameras were allowed into the historic event, giving the world the first glimpse of an ancient ceremony dating back centuries, and one of the first changes to convention instigated by the new king. More than 200 Privy Councillors, a group of mostly senior politicians past and present, some members of the monarchy, and other national figures, were present to hear the clerk of the council read the accession proclamation. Reading the text of the proclamation, the clerk of the council said, "Whereas it has pleased Almighty God to call to His mercy our late sovereign Lady Queen Elizabeth II of blessed and glorious memory, by whose decease the crown of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland is solely and rightfully come to the Prince Charles Philip Arthur George. We, therefore, the Lords spiritual and temporal of this realm, and members of the House of Commons, together with other members of Her late Majesty's Privy Council, and representatives of the realms and territories, aldermen, and citizens of London and others, do now hereby, with one voice and consent of tongue and heart, publish and proclaim that the Prince Charles Philip Arthur George, is now, by the death of our late sovereign of happy memory, become our only lawful and rightful liege lord, Charles III, by the grace of God, of the United Kingdom and Northern Ireland, and of his other realms and territories, King, Head of the Commonwealth, Defender of the Faith, to whom we do acknowledge all faith and obedience with humble affection, beseeching God, by whom kings and queens do reign, to bless His Majesty with long and happy years to reign over us." He declared to the room, "God save the King," before the Privy Council members in attendance repeated the sentiment after him. After the proclamation was signed, Ms. Mordaunt said, "Drafts of 8 orders of council, 1. Ordering the proclamation to be printed and published in specialist supplements in the London, Edinburgh, and Belfast Gazettes. 2. Directing the Lord Chancellor to affix the Great Seal to the proclamation proclaiming His Majesty, King Charles III. 3. Directing the kings, heralds and pursuivants of arms to attend at the Court of St. James to proclaim His Majesty King Charles III. 4. Directing the Lord Mayor the Court of Aldermen and Commons of London to attend at the Royal Exchange to proclaim His Majesty King Charles III." Continuing to list the 8 orders of council, the Lord President of the Council added, 5. Directing His Majesty's Secretary of State for Defence to give directions for the firing of guns at Hyde Park as soon as His Majesty is proclaimed. 6. Directing the Constable of His Majesty's Tower of London to give directions for the firing of guns at the Tower of London as soon as His Majesty is proclaimed. 7. Directing His Majesty's Secretary of State for Scotland to cause the proclamation for proclaiming His Majesty King Charles III to be published in Scotland. 8. Directing the Clerk of the Council to issue circular letters for causing His Majesty King Charles III to be proclaimed.